Welcome to Chapter 3, Cao Dai Cosmology of the course on Cao Dai by Hum and Hong Bui. This is episode 6, Chapter 3, Part 1. According to Wikipedia definition, religious cosmology is an explanation of the origin, evolution, and eventual fate of the universe from a religious perspective. This may include belief on origin in the form of a creation myth, subsequent evolution, current organizational form and nature, and eventual fate or destiny. Religious mythology asserts how and why everything is the way it is and the significance of it all. For Cao Dai Cosmology, we will be studying the appearance of God, the nature of God, the divine I, the mother goddess, and the constitution of human.
Learning objectives. 1. Know that God is a great sacred light, the monad. 2. Know that it is an emanation that God gives the small sacred light to all in the universe. 3. From the monad comes the yang and the yin energies. 4. The yin energies is entrusted to Mother Goddess while God governs the yang. 5. Know the three parts constitution of the human. 1. The cosmic ether in the appearance of God. In this chapter on the cosmology of Cao Dai, we'll learn from the scriptures about the cosmic ether, the appearance of God, or the great sacred light, the nature of and power of God, the nature and role of the Mother Goddess, and the constitution of humans. The following message on the coming of God.
Đức Chí Tôn, Đại Linh Quang or Great Sacred Light.
And the creation of the universe was received on the 23rd day of the ninth month of the Binti year 1936. Note that it mentioned an extraordinary detonation prior to the Big Bang, which was generally known toward 1954. Poem. In this immense universe, there exist invisible worlds full of serene sojourns. The Creator laid out miraculous laws to establish a world of virtue and wisdom.
Children, the universe is called in Vietnamese by vũ trụ. How do you perceive it? The entire space forms vũ. The extremity of this space is called trụ. Vũ encompasses the four cardinal points as well as the upward and downward directions. Trụ signifies the past and the present. Thus, the term vũ trụ encompasses both space and time.
That space is the non-being or the absolute emptiness. In this absolute emptiness, it is the miraculous principle of the natural nature. Along with this antagonist twin, the energy of the adapted neutralized nature. Such principle and energy are respectively the yang and the yin in the primordial chaos. They united and crystallized slowly in infinite time to form a splendid globe of light. At the determined time and date, the passive ball of light exploded with an extraordinary detonation that shook up the space. A divine light popped out of this explosion, unceasingly swirling and waltzing in space, projecting around it a dazzling halo whose rays continually illuminate the entire cosmos. That divine light is the supreme being of the universe, emerging from the absolute emptiness, the non-being. Since then, the universe has had the supreme being, perfectly good, omniscient, omnipotent, unmutable, and capable of transforming into infinite forms. The absolute master of the universe governs and commands Genesis, applying the yin-yang mechanism to separate the pure from the impure and to condense the energy of the primordial nebula, the non-being, to engender all creatures. That yin and yang mechanism functions without respite, without interruption, to assure the life and perpetuity of all beings and maintain heaven earth. Scattering in the immense universe are innumerable spheres, pure and impure, superior and inferior, bright and obscure, obeying the pre-established order and harmony of the celestial mechanism. All these spheres move around here and there, ascend and descend continuously and perpetually.
Đại thừa chân giáo, from the Cao Đai Great Way, the Grand Cycle of Esoteric Teaching, translation by Diệu Đức, 2015, page 243. We now can read from the collection of selected Cao Đai Holy Messages, 2015, page 58, quote, "With only my spirit, I have created Buddhas, immortals, saints, local spirits, and all human beings in the universe. Therefore, you are me, and I am you. The cosmic ether created only me. So who created those founders? It was the Tao or me. You must understand this. If I did not exist, there would be nothing in the universe. And if there were no cosmic ether, then I would not exist either." From Cao Đai, A Realizable Path to Light, by Hồng Đắc Bùi MD and Hồng Đăng Bùi MD, page 277, we read the following on the creation of humanity. First, there existed the one called Thái Cực or monad, or the supreme being. The monad then divided into yin and yang, the dyad of âm quang, yin, creative energy, and dương quang, yang, primordial energy. The yin carries adjectives such as heavy, dark, cold, dense, negative, inactive, while the yang is said to be clear, bright, warm, pure, positive, active. The Supreme Being is the master of yang energy, which is the origin of the invisible spiritual element in everything. And the Mother Goddess is the master of yin energy, yin being the mother of all visible physical manifestation. The Mother Goddess utilizes yin and yang energy to create the heavens and universes. The Supreme is the great sacred light or energy, and a human spirit is created with a spark of the great sacred light called the little sacred light or the soul, also referred to as a conscience. The level of heaven achieved by a soul depends on the proportion of yin and yang forces or energy in their constitution. Upon reaching a level with more yang, one would be lighter, brighter, higher, and closer to Godhead, reunion with the Supreme Being. Each level would accommodate correspondingly lighter or denser souls, lighter soul reaching higher dimensions.
2. The nature of the Supreme Being, the unique and common God for all, and the divine I. According to the Free Dictionary accessed on 4620, God is a being conceived as perfect, omnipotent, omniscient, originator, and the ruler of the universe. The principal object of faith and worship in monotheistic religions, God is supernatural in powers and attributes for people who believe in and worship. Bible Ka describes God as an unchangeable creator, not creature, with the quantities of being everywhere, of all knowing, of all powerful. So again, omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence appear as integral to the concept of God. God is also defined through attributes. ENM, wikipedia.org, accessed 4720. Eternal holy, either transcendent above all, or immanent in all, or both non-changing, impeccable, infinite, mysterious, again, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Transcendence and eminence both are relayed in this verse in Isaiah 57:15. For this is what I call high and exalted, one says. He who lives forever, whose name is holy, I live in a high, holy place, but also with the one who is contrite and lowly in spirit, to revive the spirit of the lowly, and to revive the heart of the contrite. Since Cao Dai conceives that all religions come from one same divine origin, and its true teachings of religions lead us to the same goal of attaining peace and purpose in life and utmost liberation, we will be discussing the nature of God as perceived by different traditions. Judaism considers GD. The full word is not spelled out as a sign of respect, or Adonai, as a state of consciousness that pertains neither to perception nor to non-perception. Or, in words, the state of consciousness perceiving nothingness. In the beginning of the king's authority, the lamp of darkness engraved a hollow in the supernal luminescence, and this hollowing of the divine essence occurs in Tahu and Bohu, chaos and void. He stretches the north on chaos. He hangs the earth on nothingness. Belima, Job 26:7. Christianity believes that God is the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things are made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. John 1:1-3. And also believes that God is light. God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. John 1:4. When Jesus was baptized on the river of Jordan, he saw the light from the sky and heard the word of God. The same thing happened to St. Paul when he was on his way seeking to persecute the infidels. He also heard the words of God and saw the light that he thought was fire. Islam says, Allah is the light of the heavens and earth. Quran. Sufism believes that God is the consciousness and the one reality called wisdom, light, love, or nothing. In the widest sense, Islamic mysticism may be defined as the conscious of one reality, be it called wisdom, light, love, or nothing. Anne Mary, Shemel, Chapel Hill, 1975, Mystical Dimension of Islam.
In some types of Hinduism, it is believed that God is the greatest sacred light, the primal energy. He is the one light that gives light to all. Katha Upanishad. The primal energy is Brahman. That Brahman is beginningless, transcendent, eternal. Bhagavad Gita. So Hinduism used the great sacred light just like Gaudai. Sikhism similarly says God, being truth, is the one light of all. Adi Granth. The Buddha Gautama himself never commented directly on the nature of God or creation, because his greater aim was to overcome human suffering. But a common Buddhist conception is that the creator and living beings came from the nothingness. There is an unborn, not become, not made, unmanifest, from Samyutta Nikaya or Theravada Buddhism. Because of the word nothingness, and because the Buddha did not refer to a God, it is a common understanding that Buddhists do not believe in a creator. But this nothingness simply refers to the status of enlightenment, where there is no more attachment, no more building of desire, no more reincarnation, extreme peace, and extinction of ego. It means nirvana. The Amitabha Buddha has reached the status of the great void or sunyata, radiating infinite light and spirit from this state of cessation, continuously emanating peace. It may be also called Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi, or in Vietnamese, Anau Dala Tam Neu Tam Bồ Đề, supreme perfect enlightenment, equivalent to that state of the Supreme Being. From the above, we see that God is perceived as the nothingness, the light, and His word is the truth. We will stop here now. At next episode, we will see how Gaudai perceived God. Thank you for listening.